Hello guys, it's KimDestructo here back with another gacha review. This time with something that's recently released, Blue Protocol Star Resonance, which is developed by Shanghai Bokura Network Technology Co. and published by A Plus Japan. It just came out on October 9th, so a couple weeks ago now. It is a follow-up title to Bandai Namco's Blue Protocol MMO, and this one's a free-to-play MMORPG. It's also a gacha game, which hence gacha review. And of course I have to go through the reviews, right? So it's available on Steam, on PC, Android, and the Apple App Store. And Steam, it got a 6 out of 10. On the Google Play Store, it's got a 4.4 out of 5. And the Apple App Store, which is a 4.7 out of 5. So far, I've been playing quite a bit of it. I think I only got like a few hours in it, and I'm not disappointed. I think it's actually pretty good. Very similar to other Hoyoverse games, if you ever played those. I would say probably more so to Genshin Impact than the other Hoyoverse games, but they all are kind of in a similar sphere. Not exactly the same, I want to make that clear, but it is similar. So if you are familiar with those games, this wouldn't be too far off, where you can jump into it and kind of already know what you're doing. If you're not familiar with those games, it's fine. It actually got like a good tutorial that takes you also through the beginning of the story, so it doesn't feel like a tutorial. It actually feels like, oh, I'm learning while I'm playing. And that's one thing I do like. I'm not a big person on tutorials that just feels like a tutorial. Like, that's kind of getting old, you know, in this day and age of gaming. So something like that where, like I said, you're just playing while you're learning. I love that. So let's talk about the different classes of the game. One's, like I said, similar to other games I mentioned. You have a choice between playing one of two genders, either the male or female. I try to usually choose the male, but on some occasions I have to choose female, or I make another account for female. But in this case I did choose male, but you could choose either one of the genders, which it doesn't really make a difference of which choice you make for certain things. I think the dialogue will be pretty similar, but the only thing is the cosmetics, how you want your character to look cosmetically, like with outfits and stuff. So yeah, the different classes. So there's 8 available classes in Blue Protocol right now. There is the beat performer, which is kind of similar to a bard, especially if you play like Dungeons & Dragons. It's similar to a bard. You use a guitar as a weapon, you heal while attacking, granting allies buffs, and great support abilities. You have a frost mage, which is a lot of like long range, of course, like more like sorcerer type class. If you're familiar with that, it is a primarily DPS type class. You have the heavy guardian, which is more like a tank with the sword and shield. You got the marksman class, use like a bow, shoot long range, and you can like have animal companions that also fight with you. And that one is the one I chose, is the marksman. I really like it. I like having like animals, like little minions of animals, or just minions in general. So I chose that one. Going forward, there's also the Shield Knight, which is another one like sword and shield, and very similar to the Heavy Guardian as well. Very tanky, very warrior-like. Got the Stormblade class, which is another DPS. Wields a Reaper Scythe, excelling in close range, switches between the Scythe and Longsword, and delivering precise area strikes. So if you're like the piercing type, I would say that's probably closer to, I would say, like a necromancer class, I would think, without maybe so much of the magic. And you have the Verdant Oracle, which is like a healing support type class. And then you have the Wind Knight, which is another DPS close range that uses a lance as a weapon. So those are available classes so far in the game. Of course, it has your typical anime art style. I love how like vibrant the colors are. And it's just like the character designs aren't bad. Especially when you do create a character, you actually have more options compared to some other gacha games I've played. Comparing it to the Hoyoverse, you definitely got way more. You actually got custom options. With other ones, you don't really have that many. This, you actually could customize the hair, skin tone, the eyes. I love that you could do a heterochromio eyes. I did one eye red and the other eye purple. To me, that's cool. I love that you can do that. So, main part, right? Gacha system. That's what we're kind of here for. It's not a typical gacha system, as it doesn't offer characters. You're not exactly getting characters compared to like other gacha games. Like I've brought up Azur Lane before, where you collect characters. You collect the ships, or like Blue Archive, you collect the characters. This It's not that. You would collect like battle imagines, which are buffs to help your weapons. You got the cosmetic items, which is probably the primary thing, again, for like your character and such. And special rewards through a layered summoning system. So it's definitely different. You would have to kind of play to see how that gacha system works, to see what is actually available in it. And yeah, so if you're coming into this be like, oh, I want to get these characters, it's like, this ain't the game for that. But if you do like the Hoyoverse experience, and if you're like me, I'm a little bit kind of burnt out on Hoyoverse games, so this is something similar but different enough where I don't feel the burnout, and then eventually I'll probably go back to the Hoyoverse games. This is it. Like, if you like those kind of games, this is another game to add to your roster to play and spend some time in. Maybe based on this, you'll give it a try. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If it sounds good to you that you're willing to try, or does it sound good, and explain why you don't like it or why you think it sucks. And give it a like if you do like it, and if you do like this review. And of course, subscribe if you like content like this or any of my other content that you see on my channel. And also, I do have a Discord server dedicated to this channel. It's gonna be in the description below and on the channel main page. Feel free to join if you want to talk about different stuff, including stuff like this, like gacha games. I could go in more detail in the Discord if y'all ask questions. And also, I am doing a separate channel that's dedicated to horror movies or horror the genre and heavy metal music. There's stuff coming to that channel, and I already got a couple things on there that I hope y'all can enjoy if you like that stuff. It's called Zero Zombie. I'll try to put a link in the description, but there's also a link on my channel page as well. So please also follow that if you're into that stuff. So till next time, Chane!